This is a Hot Pie Media original.
Cecily Knobler's a Los Angeles-based film critic and Dallas Cowboys face painter. And I told the story of Lenny with a small brain who's only going to do probation. And I believe I asked the question, would you date a guy named Lenny? Have you dated a guy named Lenny? And then it went silent. I assumed she freaked out, left, stormed out of the room. No, it was a Zoom drop. No fault of your own. Lenny.
Right.
Lenny.
Right. Okay, back to Lenny. Yeah, I did freak out. That is what happened. You know, I was going to say it was a technical glitch, but honestly,
it was
yeah. I
like
got
Lenny's
so
in bed with
nervous.
you now or something. It's
You
like,
know,
oh
he's
no.
here, and I'm like, oh no, he's going to hear. Oh, well, I have a question. No, I've not dated a Lenny yet. I'm open to this particular Lenny, depending on how much time he does.
He's only getting probation, so he's good to go.
But then he has to spend the rest of his life like he's that guy with the small brain, like so he has to just own that.
Yeah.
That's not like you said. I mean, you put that on the Tinder. That's just like part of your profile. Small brain Lenny.
Yeah, I was going to do time, but I got a small brain.
What does he look like? Is there a picture? I'm not asking because I want to date him.
Yeah, he's not I mean, he looks like every other insurrectionist, although he's at least not wearing a tank top. He's got a big forehead.
Yeah, which I mean usually doesn't mean small brain.
Yeah, well,
big forehead.
In this case, apparently it does. So, man, that what a defense, right? You got to roll with that the rest of your life.
Yeah, I guess you kind
of when he texts his buddies, "Hey, Lenny, did you get any time?" No, you're not going to believe this. The fact that I have a small brain, I'm not going to jail.
That is just maddening. That's you know what's so scary about that is for as many Lenny, you know, there's one Lenny there that we're talking about. There's like 1,000 Lennys.
Yeah. There's a bunch of Lennys.
But not just that we're there that day. Like there's, you know, I think I told you, I know this really like, I'm just going to say crazy guy, like Q guy on Facebook. And I watch his post. He gets kicked off every now and then. I watch him.
Do you date him?
I watch him as he gets, I'd never dated him.
Yeah.
I never did. But I mean, he was back in the day, like when I first met him, he was like a hot bartender at some place I used to go. I mean, like, and then he morphed into this guy. And I just watched the things he says and the people that like it, the people that follow him. Yeah. And it's all about, you know, going into the storm. Trump's still real. They still think he's the president.
I think all of us know that person. I think it's and there's more women that seem to be making that flip, which is kind of interesting. But yeah, I think everybody knows. I think everybody in your circle, as a coworker, friend, family member, that ends up in that space. It's pretty weird.
It is weird, but the thing that really freaks me out is just how many there are. Like you think, oh, it's just like a group of 50 guys.
Let me tell you, I'll tell you a blanket number that I use. It's about 33% of the population.
No.
Yeah.
No, I can't live with that.
Well, I'm sorry. I don't want to sound like Lenny right now, but I'm not kidding. It is about 30%.
That's terrifying.
Yeah.
That's absolutely terrifying. And I'm not trying to start anything with anybody, you know, whatever. But to think like that is not okay. I mean, again, we no longer debate taxes. We're not debating guns. We're not debating war. We're not none of that reasonable stuff. That's not the issue. And I hate that people try to say we have political differences. No, we don't have differences on taxes. Yeah. We have differences on these sort of fundamental, bizarre, weird conspiracy stuff. So don't say that's politics. It's not. Yeah, no, I agree. And the weird thing I'm just going to say, and I know I have to talk movies, but this particular guy uses that sort of Trumpian way of arguing and fighting with people. So if somebody comes and says, hey, that article you posted is nuts. Like what's the source? It's based on nothing. He'll just say like, I know back in 1995, you did that. Like almost like you don't even want to go up against it because
Did you date him? Did you date that Lenny before he flipped? And I don't mean flipped as in a Trump. I'm saying flipped and went to the Q side.
No, I didn't. Yeah. You're saying would I?
Yeah.
Or did I? No, I didn't, and I wouldn't. But
okay,
point being, like he, you know, just he would go after each person. He'd go to their Facebook and go, "Oh, you said this, you said that," you know, and just like make it so they didn't even want to cross you.
But there
is no debate.
You're the movie expert. I don't know if I always, but I often use the term, those rioters are really kind of a Coen Brothers movie. They're just a bunch of buffoons. Aren't they?
I mean, yes, absolutely. And the thing is, they really thought they were doing something. That's what's so scary is they don't think they're on the wrong side.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I always hate to do it because I'm kind of I don't like to make light of how, they would kill people. They were there to kill people. I get it. But they are, I said, I love the movie Burn After Reading. I just think it's really messed up and bizarre. And when I think of that movie, I just think they're like, these rioters are kind of a Coen Brothers movie.
Yeah. And the scary thing, which that movie, that shows, but what we saw is that some of these people may have thought they were just going to like a little protest. They're going to hold their signs. We hold our signs. They'll hold theirs. Nothing wrong with that. But the mob mentality and how quickly it happened. Some of them may have gone there just to walk around.
I don't think you're there for a peaceful protest when you have a Confederate flag and a noose.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah,
that's a good point. But to be fair, not everybody.
Yeah, I'm not feeling the righteousness of your march when you've got a noose.
No, you're absolutely 100% on agree with you. But I don't know that everybody that went there that day knew that.
Yeah, that's fine. But that movie, Burn After Reading, is funny, isn't it?
It's excellent. I like Coen Brothers. I know it's sacrilege to say if you don't love a Coen Brothers movie, but I don't always. But that one I absolutely love.
It's weird even by their standards. And Brad Pitt's fitness instructor part might have been the funniest thing I've ever seen him do. It was so good.
It's so weird how he plays dumb very well, because wasn't he just kind of an idiot a little bit?
Yeah, he's a total gym working idiot, and he did it perfectly.
He does do that well, and I do know a friend of mine interviewed him once, and it's really not that far off from the real Brad Pitt. He's not as smart as you might think.
Oh, okay.
You would think you'd have to be very intelligent to play a role like that, and
sure.
He kind of for some reason he just can do it anyway. But I don't think he's like the brightest bulb, honestly.
Yeah, okay.
He's not Lenny. I mean, he's still, but yeah, he's just kind of a. Or he used to be. I don't know if he is now, but he was always kind of a stoner dude. And that's how he kind of came across.
Okay.
So was Matt Mcconaughey, and he didn't come across.
Yeah, I mean, but either way, I mean, that part. I'm not a big. I didn't have a feeling one way or another about Brad Pitt's acting ability, but that made me appreciate that. That was like masterful. It was so understated, his character in that movie, in a bizarre movie of megastars. Here he is, a big star who played this understated role that kind of stole the movie for me.
Yeah, no, he's excellent. I mean, we've talked about Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, right?
Yes.
One of my favorite movies of the last decade, and he
really?
and Leo together. Yeah, yes. I'm a big Tarantino person, but
yeah. No, it was I get it. It was genius, and it was okay.
Yeah.
You really liked
both.
it?
Oh God, I watched it a couple times. I saw it at the Dome. It was real cool. Like the
what's that? The Dome, like the Astrodome?
Like the Cinerama Dome, which is kind of a big deal in LA. Most people, you've got we don't have things that people go to when they visit, except for Hollywood related things, and that billboards and stuff. That's come see this billboard on Sunset. That's very exciting.
You really really don't have any culture.
We don't have a lot of I mean, LA Story really gets that well, that Steve Martin movie.
I mean, you really have in fact, your culture is not having any culture.
Well, isn't that one of his, that was one of the lines in the movie. He's like, some of these houses are only over 20 years old.
You know what? We're about to I don't want me to get in a fight. But you know what? You're like a bigger version of Waco. I mean, I'm sorry.
LA?
I'm sorry.
Waco's got stuff. Waco's got the Dr. Pepper Museum.
Okay.
Now it's got Chip and Joanna Gaines. I know that doesn't count for a long time because we didn't have that.
No, I think this is an honest discussion. I think Waco has more culture than Los Angeles.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Okay.
I'm not arguing that. Waco definitely has more culture.
Okay.
Absolutely. It's definitely, you can feel it when you walk in. Waco's it's thick with history. I love it. You think I'm joking, but
no. I'm feeling like for the first time, you know what? For the first time ever, I'm feeling a little bit a little bit of love for Waco. And I think that's the worst place on the planet. I think it's horrific. I think it's
no, it's not.
I think it's a breeding ground of serial killers. I think everything is wrong with that place. But right now, it's actually better than Los Angeles.
My childhood home, where I would
Your childhood home is the breeding ground of serial killers.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Mr. Gaddy's.
Oh,
First of all, you're just wrong. I'm not gonna. I mean, we'll never agree. You're right. We'll just agree to disagree on Waco. But
sure.
But you're right. LA, there's not much. So what we do have though are great movie theaters. Although it's funny because we kind of pride ourselves in that. But then I think I was actually in Austin. There was a theater in Austin that I went to. And I was like, oh, you guys are even better at that.
Really?
You're like, oh well, no, it was Dallas.
You can't even like.
Dallas.
I bet LA theaters feel like it's mall-like. I feel like that's Plano or something.
Some of them are, but this one, the Cinerama Dome, is pretty famous. In fact, it's in the movie So Once Upon a Time, and it's in a lot of Tarantino things, and that is a cool place to see a movie. It really is. It feels like, okay, if we're gonna have something, we have that. It's neat and it's loud and it's awesome.
Yeah.
And the seats shake. They were trying that thing for a while where they were trying to bring in the vibrating chairs. Did you guys have that in Austin or
No.
So if you're feeling the action, but your chair would shake and it would move. If it was like let's say Fast and Furious, it would move with the car.
That feels like something you would see. There's our point right there. You would do something in Los Angeles so cheesy. That's just cheesy.
Oh, they even then tried another thing where they would bring like smells in. It was called like something like 4D, 5D instead of 3D. So it's a nonsense word. It's not a thing. But they would bring in and you would sit there. And if let's say in the movie they were in a lavender garden, they would pump the smell of lavender. I'm not kidding. They tried this. It was cool. I thought it was super cool. It never took off.
Well, so I would pay more to go to one of these theaters that would blow some flowers in my face or something?
Yeah, but sadly they're not real. It's some sort of artificial. Yeah,
of course. It's artificial. It's Los Angeles. It's fake too.
It's not good for you. It's like, why don't you just, if there's the smoggy air, like what are you going to just pump in some smog? Just open the door and have the smog roll in?
What is like if you say you have a date and let's say you're not from Los Angeles. I mean, you're from the other epic cultural capital.
Well, I would say Dallas is less cultural.
Suburban
Waco,
Dallas. I mean, there's nothing more cultural than suburban Dallas. And you say you meet some guy who's from Los Angeles. Let's do something really authentic. Like, what is that?
I mean, you go to the beach. I guess that's kind of cool. We do have that. You can go to the beach. You feel good about that. You've left your house. That's neat.
Neat.
Other than that, honestly, like I can't think of anything else really. Yeah. I know there's stuff like you go to, you don't want to go to like look at the Hollywood tour. You don't want to go to the stars on the Walk of Fame because that's disgusting. I guess Beverly Hills is nice, but what is that? Where do you go in Beverly Hills? I mean, some of the places and during COVID, a lot of like sort of iconic. Oh, Musso and Frank's. You go to Musso and Frank's and have a steak.
A steak?
Yeah, I don't.
Like get a porterhouse and go to a strip mall.
It's not a strip mall. Musso and Frank's is on Hollywood. Okay. It's right there. That's in all the Tarantino movies. Yeah. You just have to see. That's where you're going to see your line because he likes writing these love letters to LA, and so does P.T. Anderson and people like that. And I love that too because we want. And you're right. Maybe our thing is that we don't have a thing.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So movies. John McClellan is the co-founder and creator of ATX Hot Sauce, now in all 50 states and several retail outlets as well. So what we're going to do today is we're going to let this social media rock star chef walk us through 4 different sauces, and then I'll taste, and we'll tell everyone why they should buy. You can give the science behind these, and then I'll make the simple recommendation. Go to atxhotsauce.com. All right,
I don't think anybody's heard the website.
Yeah, I know.
You, Jeff, but it is atxhotsauce.com.
I'll say it 345 times, atxhotsauce.com. So let's do it.
I brought 4 flavors here, and we're going to test your palate today. Okay. And I only brought 4 because I didn't think you could handle 5 or 6.
Yes,
probably a smart move. Yeah. And so the first one we're going to try here is called Beet Heat. And just like the name implies, it has beets in it. It's made with red Fresno peppers. Red Fresnos are red peppers that are they're hotter than a jalapeno and a little bit less than a serrano. So not super hot here, just a lot of really good flavor. So we're going to start with this one, and then we're going to move up the chain.
Okay. I've had the Beet Heat, but okay.
Yeah, we're going to try it though.
It goes well with a cab. All right, Jeff's savoring Beet Heat.
I'll even do it with you, so that should be all right. Now remember, it is hot sauce.
Yeah. Oh, it is. It's hot sauce. Trust me, man.
Wait, is that one hot to you?
No. A little.
Yeah. The great thing with the fermentation process is you get a bunch of the flavor right up front.
Yeah.
And then the heat comes, but then it dissipates pretty quickly, especially with the red Fresnos. This is not a very spicy one, but it is a very tasty one. Goes on great on sandwiches.
Beet Heat.
Beet Heat. BEET. Heat.
All right. Go to atxhotsauce.com.
That's right.
Yeah, there's just one that's a while. Do you have theaters open? Because a lot of theaters are closing again.
I don't even know what's going on now. I mean, we're like stage 5, but I don't even know what that means anymore. It's stage 5. Everything's like, it's stage 5 if you want it to be.
Yeah, that's so true. You know what?
Right?
And I'll tell you this little inside behind the curtain thing.
Oh.
For a while, most studios were sending us the movies at home. Some still are, thankfully. But some are like, nah, you got to come to the theater. I think I told you this, but they're still doing, even now with the surge and schools are closing here and all kinds of, everything's, back to what it was. And they're like, nah. If you want to see Scream, you better risk your life. I mean, it's just crazy to me.
Yeah.
I think anyway.
I did know, and this matters to you because did you get your Emmett Smith tattoo?
I did. It's on my face. They put it in the wrong place. They put it on my forehead. I said I didn't want that. I wanted it on my ankle.
So you now have you have Roger Staubach on your left bicep. You have a Tom Landry on your back and an Emmett Smith on your face.
That would be hot. Like a Tom Landry with the fedora on your back. That would be sexy. I'll do it. I don't like tattoos, but I'll do it.
Yeah.
Do you want to hear about this one movie?
But you're going to lose the Super Bowl. But the cool thing is for you, the NFL is talking to Dallas, which means when your Cowboys make the Super Bowl, it's going to be a home game.
You think we're going to go to the Super Bowl?
You think you are?
Well, yeah, I'm asking you.
No, I don't. Okay.
What does Lenny think? Get Lenny on the horn and see what he's there.
Lenny.
He's been there the whole time.
Yeah, he's been here.
Oh, now I'm nervous.
Yeah.
Okay, so this movie is called The 355. The cast is great. It's Jessica Chastain, Penelope Cruz, Sebastian Stan. I'm a big fan of his. You're going to see there's a Pam and Tommy is coming to Hulu. That's the limited series about, Pam and Tommy, and he plays Tommy Lee. You're going to be seeing a lot of him. You know what I mean?
There's a series about those two?
Oh, yeah. It's the same people that did the Tonya Harding movie, which I loved.
Yeah.
I loved I, Tonya so much. It's the same group. Seth Rogen's even in it. And I can't wait. I get to see it a little bit early, but it's like, I think it's 6 or 8 parts. It's on Hulu. It's going to be excellent. It's going to be fun. It's all about the tape, the Pam and Tommy tape that, there'd never really been a sex tape like this before. That hadn't really happened. So that's what it's about. This movie is not about that. This is, they're kind of going for like an all women Avengers meets Bond meets Ocean's 8. Remember when they did the women's Oceans?
Crap.
Yeah, I know. Well, that actually look good compared to this. Because this one is all that without the magic or the funny or the fun. I like the name. The name of the movie, The 355, I guess refers to the first female spy during the American Revolution. That's kind of fun. But that's not what it's about. This is modern day. But the whole thing's so convoluted. It's with kind of a bad 90s thriller vibe. Like when the villains are just so bad. There's no nuance. They're just, these are the good people and these are the bad people. And it's just, ugh. I will give them this. If they're trying to be a bad movie, they've succeeded. I'm trying to be more positive in 2022.
Are you?
So it's like
was that your thing? Is I'm going to be more positive?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so. So maybe they're just trying to be a terrible movie. It's January. That's where movies used to be bad. And I have to say something to you, and I'm nervous about saying it because you're going to just pick on me for the rest of my life. I once overheard a woman say that she thought Penelope Cruz looked like Snoopy, and now it's all I can see. It's all I see, and even though it's not in a bad way.
Wait a second, you just said you're going to be positive. That's a terrible thing. No, I'm not saying
it. I overheard. First of all, Snoopy is adorable.
Well, that
and
sounds
it's not
like no, that's not true. Now, no, but then you didn't overhear. You think that?
Yes, I don't think it. Now I see it. I never ever even thought of that.
What a lame setup. I once overheard somebody saying.
I did. I know exactly where I was at a bookstore. I swear to you. And this woman was looking at the cover of the magazine and she's like, I don't know how to explain this, but she kind of looks like Snoopy. I think Snoopy is gorgeous. I think Penelope Cruz is gorgeous, and I can see it now. And now during this movie, I would just there'd be certain angles, and I'd be like, she does kind of look like Snoopy, and I don't know why. Snoopy is perfect. Don't get me wrong.
Who's supposed to see this movie? Some teenage dudes?
No one should see this movie.
Okay.
It's absolutely not. And I'm sorry I threw you off with the Penelope Cruz Snoopy thing.
Yeah, well, no, you didn't. No. You threw me off with, I once heard a woman say. That is like the...
You think I'm making that up?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
No, I'm not. You're calling me a liar.
That kind of.
It hurts. No, I wouldn't just randomly say that. But when she said it, I could see it. And then when I watch movies that she's in, and she's in this, I can see it now. And it's a compliment, I think, because I think, like I said, Snoopy is stunning. Yeah. Huh. I do. I love beagles. You know that.
Yeah, well, I do too. I mean, I get that. Is there a name that is a deal breaker for dating? Like if the dude's name pops up, like, I don't know, Fritz or something, Lenny or...
Fritz. Interesting. No, I don't think that would be fair. I don't want to, again, 2022, more positivity. I have kind of a weird name, I guess. I wouldn't want someone to swipe because they don't understand it. Because they'll think it's Cecily or something, and they'll be like, what is a Cecily? That's what they'll think, and then they'll just go, nope. You could be throwing away your soulmate. Fritz could be the guy. You don't know.
Okay. You laughed out loud when I said Lenny, and then I thought, well, maybe that's a female thing. The Lenny is just...
There's nothing wrong with the name Lenny. It's just the fact that the small brain thing of Mice and Men, where it's Lenny is the guy. That's not, if I remember right.
You think that's how his lawyer came up with it? Like kids looked in the kid's backpack and they had of Mice and Men, and she said, damn it, there it is. I've got a Lenny. Let's go with it.
Oh my God. Yes. No, because I don't think anyone in their backpack had just a copy of Mice and Men. That's the hard sell. That I don't believe that. Like, I believe more that there was a woman at a bookstore that said Penelope Cruz was like Snoopy. That's more believable than
just some fun reading of Mice and Men. Just for Sunday afternoon kicks.
Yeah. You think the attorney had that?
Yeah. I think she was, trying to decompress and decided I'll read of Mice and Men, and then boom, it jumped out off the page. I've got a client who's kind of like Lenny. Why don't we go with it?
I mean, it's brilliant, and it worked.
It worked.
If he just got probation,
that is the thing. It worked. I mean, she's Perry Mason. I mean, it did work. Yeah. He was breaking down. It wasn't like he just was inside the Capitol. He was breaking down the doors, filming himself, saying, "I'm going to fight the cops."
He wasn't just there. He was like,
no. The Lenny wasn't, he didn't have his Trump hat on and said, check out my biceps or something. He's inside breaking stuff. And he had got 1 year probation, $1,000 fine.
That makes me now that is troublesome. That is a problem.
Yeah, that is a problem. Yeah. And of course, like the rest of those knuckleheads, he filmed himself, sending it to his buddies. And they're all like, hey, check out Lenny. What's Lenny doing now? And he's urinating on Nancy Pelosi's desk.
He did that? No. He didn't really do that. I have another movie for you, but I guess we're out of time.
No,
it's
go
just
ahead.
A little Netflix
Do it.
movie.
Else I'm going to keep making up stories about this guy, Lenny.
Because I didn't like the 355. There's a movie you might like. I don't know. Do you like sad, super slow, like indie type? Okay,
my taste in art has been described as despondent. I was at a gallery recently, and even the person there said, what you want is something more despondent. And I said, yes, I want my art to be messed up, sad, and horrific.
Dark.
There.
Me too. I like that too. So you'll like this. This is Netflix. I don't know that everyone will like this, but it's a little drama called The Lost Daughter. And I'm mentioning it because Olivia Colman, she's going to get some Oscar buzz whenever that happens. But she stars again. She's just the best one. It's like you can't give her the Oscar. I was reading that in the Reporter. It's like we can't give it to her every time because, I mean, she's just so good. She's this, English actress that's just better than everybody. She plays this really kind of lost mom, actually. She just can't find her way. She shouldn't be a mom. It's so heartbreaking and sad, but it's not as uncomfortable as it sounds. It's just kind of following her life. Ed Harris, Dakota Johnson, they co-star. Dakota Johnson, from like 50 Shades and all that. She's really good. I kind of forget how she's not Olivia Colman good, but she's a good actress.
Yeah.
And Maggie Gyllenhaal directs. I think it might be one of her first. That's Jake's sister. It's a tough watch, but I thought it was beautiful. I got kind of like immersed in it right away. It's not for everybody.
It's an ongoing thing.
What do you mean?
I don't know. Is it just it's a one-off? I mean, is this?
It's a movie. Yeah, it's a movie.
It's a
Sorry,
movie.
it's not a series. It's a movie, and I think it came. They tried to kind of roll it out last year when people weren't going to small movies in theaters. But it's Netflix, so you can just watch it from home. If you haven't seen Don't Look Up yet, you know how much Jeff and I like that, right?
Yeah, we do. A lot.
You don't
together.
like it. You don't like it when I make you
I know.
make you so we.
Yeah.
I don't usually like when people do that. It's me and my husband just loved it. Like, but everything is exactly the same level. You and your husband.
Yeah. Yeah, you did that to me. That's very awkward.
Sorry, it
was well done. It was well played. You knew I would be uncomfortable.
But you liked the movie. That's not a lie, right?
Yeah.
But you didn't like that I made us like a thing.
Well, I don't mind if you make us a thing. I just don't know if we have to, automatically gonna like eat the same food and drive the same car kind of thing. Like we both
just hate apples. We hate apples. We equally exactly the same amount are allergic to and hate apples. I just don't like. The other one I don't like is we're pregnant. How do you feel about we're pregnant?
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be. I understand people say it and they send out the announcement, and I get it. I get it. But the guy's not really pregnant.
Yeah,
she's pregnant. He's the one who has to.
So,
all right.
What is the next Cowboys tattoo?
Okay, so I did the Emmett, Tom Landry on the back. Tony Dorsett.
Ooh,
could that be something?
Wow, that's
kind of on the back of the neck or something.
Nice. That's old school.
Playing around, or you could go even. Not old school, but like maybe lesser known, like Barber. I have a Marion Barber jersey.
What?
I do. He was a running back.
And he played like 3 games. You're gonna get his tattoo?
And then he went to the Bears. I'm not kidding. I loved him so much. I got a jersey. I need
Look at you. You're gonna go Tony Dorsett on the calf.
I was thinking back of the neck for Tony. Seems like that's where he wants to live.
Ed Too Tall Jones on the calf.
You're kind of joking, but I'm kind of not.
No, I know you're not. That's what I'm saying.
I have no tats, by the way. None. I don't have any, but I'll start because this makes sense.
Yeah. No, this is how you're going to take the guys all the way through. They're going to live. There's just some kind of vibe that you're going to be sending off with all these Cowboys tattoos. It's going to be the impetus that pushes them.
I hope so. I tweeted to Emmett Smith last week.
Yeah, how'd that go?
This is the year. I said, this is the year of you, like 22. I made a big to-do, all these hashtags. I thought for sure he would retweet that or like it or something. No, nothing.
Nothing. Damn it.
I feel, and it's like, I know if he saw it. We'd be friends.
Well, take a picture of your tattoo on your neck. Or I don't know, where's his tattoo?
Emmett's going to go on my face.
There you go, right across.
That's my favorite. He's my number one.
Yeah, so just shoot a screenshot of that and send it to him. I'm sure he'll love it.
Okay. You think that's what's going to turn
this
relationship around?
He'll start responding immediately. You guys will be chatting away.
Okay, well, I look forward to that. I'm taking your advice.
All right. As always, good stuff. Talk to you soon.
Okay. Bye.
From the Hot Pie Media Studios in Austin, Texas, it's the Jeff Ward Show. Listen at jeffwardshow.com.